I, especially for the Gamechangers Journey, I would say just dip your toes in and you'll know that you won't want to, yeah, you'll want the full experience. For me, it was really helpful living in a fragile state, living in a place where there's lots of conflict, and working in the field of conflict resolution, or conflict transformation rather. It was really helpful to be in a community that cares about purpose and meaning making, as well as caring and noticing our body and being kind to it, as well as being able to imagine something that's not only just focused on the individual and what we need to do to better ourselves, but also about the structures and how we together create new structures. So it was just really enriching. And one thing that I'd like to add as well is just the community, because the community that was created because of the fact that we were journeying together as a whole, as a group, but also for me, my triad was especially important to me. Journeying with 2 other women from the global south who also worked in the development and peace and justice fields, also young, or actually one of them was a little bit older, and being able to touch base with each other and compare notes and ask her, in retrospect, do you have advice for us women in our 20s and 30s considering these issues? One of the ways that I've noticed in myself the impact of my time within the Gamechangers Journey, for instance, is being able to notice difficult things about myself, things that I'm not proud about that are in me, within me, but to be able to accept, looking them in the face and kind of going from maybe I am that to asserting that I am that, and then going to I am the worst human being for doing that, to then going to this is almost laughable I'm a laughable human being, and then to be able to through that me making fun of myself in a sense, being able to dance with that difficulty or that thing that I'm not proud to be, but then to be able to find ways to manage it and to overcome it, hopefully. And I see the same thing with the difficulties of living in a fragile state, living in Lebanon, living in just a very difficult context, and looking at these. Sometimes I struggle to actually acknowledge the difficulties that we live through, but then going from, well, maybe Lebanon is that, well, maybe my context is this, Lebanon is the worst at this, and this is laughable about Lebanon, and again, the whole cycle of, well, how do I interact with it then? How do I manage it? How do I find ways to accept, embrace, and move forward with it? I've also noticed myself really giving more attention to my body and noticing how my body is feeling, where muscles may be tightening up, especially during meetings, realizing a specific muscle group is tightening up, and then realizing, oh, when did this happen? What was that? What was it triggered by? What is it telling me about how I feel about things, or what's important to me, or what I value, or how I clash with the other person and how I may communicate that to the other. So yeah, just really enriching on a number of levels, and don't hesitate to dip your feet in or to call me up if you have questions as well.